Hello and welcome to Solidworks Station. My name's Stuart, and in today's tutorial we're going to look at completing this M24 Nyloc nut. We're going to do this in two parts. In the first part we're going to look at completing the nut, and in the second part we're going to look at completing this piece of nylon material that goes on the inside. You see this type of fixing quite a lot in the engineering industry. One example I can give is in car seats. Where there's a lot of vibration, this piece of nylon helps and assists the nut itself to stop it from unscrewing. You also see it as well where it's used to assist a bolt thread to stop the seepage of oil, petrol, that kind of stuff. So if you're experiencing any problems with this particular tutorial, if you run into any issues or there's something that you don't understand, then please get in touch. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Just drop a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Best of luck everyone, and let's get started. Okay, so I'm in Solidworks and I'm going to go to File, New, and I'm going to create a new part, and OK. Now I'm going to sketch this to start off with in the right plane, normal to, and the sketch tab, and choose sketch. Let's create a polygon. Now we want this to be a hexagon, so keep our sides here as 6, and I just want you to click on one of these lines like so and make the relation of this vertical. Smart dimension it up from vertical edge to vertical edge. I'm going to have this at 32 millimeters and green tick. Okay, we're going to go to features, extruded boss base, and let's extrude this blind by 23 millimeters and green tick. I want you to click on this front face now and normal to, and I want you to go to sketch, circle, and we're going to sketch a circle out like so. Let's give this a smart dimension then of 36.6 mm, and go to features, extruded cut. Okay, and I want to cut 23 mm, flip side to cut. Okay, and green tick. Okay, and what you can see there, we've got these nice edges all the way around our extruded hexagon. Okay, from here what we're going to do is we're going to select this face and normal to, the opposite face from where you've just sketched that circle, by the way, so that's why I clicked on this. Just looking which face I drew it on. So this sketch here was drawn on this face, I want the opposite side, so this one. Normal to, sketch and circle, smart dimension this up, and that's 31.5 like so. Go to features, extruded cut, we're going to say 5 mm in there and flip side to cut. What that does is it gets rid of the material on the inside as opposed to the material it gets rid of the material on the outside as opposed to getting rid of the material on the inside. If I untick that, it would do this. Okay, I'm going to go back in there, edit it and tick it and show you what we do want. Okay, we want this. Okay, so that's what flip side to cut does. It just flips the direction in which the cut's happening on the outside or on the inside. Okay, next we want to create a little bit of a hole, so we're going to click on this face, we're going to say normal to, we're going to go sketch, and we're going to sketch a circle from our origin and give it a smart dimension of 29. And then from here we're going to go features, extruded cut, and we're going to say blind and 8 mm. Just make sure the arrow here is facing down, not facing up this way. Okay, so make sure it's down and make sure you've got 8 mm in here. And green tick. Okay, next I want you to go onto this back face here, and we're going to go and use the hole wizard. So let's click on this face, and let's click on hole wizard. Okay, we want to be using for this one a straight tap. Let's use the international standards. We want to create a tapped hole of M24 size through all, and then here, all right, make sure we've got cosmetic thread. Okay. Now these are the values that I would like you to put in. Okay, 24.4. Okay, that's for the near side countersink diameter. Okay, you can see the diagram there where it's showing you the near side of the countersink. Okay, this one here, all right, is the near side countersink angle. I want that at 120 standard. And here, okay, we've got the far side countersink diameter, and we've got the angle as well. Okay, so once you've got those, just go to position and just left click on the origin point, which is the center of the whole of our part that we're making. Okay, so left click, you'll see it on the screen. We don't want another one, so just press the escape key and then green tick. Okay. If you want to, you can get this cosmetic thread here. Okay, and you can hide that if you want. Hide the cosmetic thread if you don't want to see that. Okay, next I want you to go into the front plane and normal 2. Okay, and we're going to create a bit of a revolve cut here to give this a little bit of shape to it. So first thing I want you to do is go and grab we need to sketch on the surface a center line. We're going to go down from the midpoint here and to the origin. This is going to help us 1 to mirror and 2 to revolve. So go and grab a line, draw a line from this point here up, across and back down. Okay, I want this angle here, if you smart dimension that for me, at 30 degrees. And if you put in a dimension from this point here to this point here, make that 2 millimeters. Okay, you might have the mirror command up here somewhere. I've got it on my S key, so I'm just going to press S on my S key and go to mirror. If you've not got it up here, or you've not got it on your S key, you can type it in here. Okay, and you can go to mirror entities here. You can click on the eye to find out where it is, and SolidWorks will show you, okay, whereabouts it is. So mirror, entities to mirror, we want to mirror this triangle that we've just created and mirror about the center line that we drew, and green tick. Then from here we can go into features, revolve cut, pick our axis of revolution, which is going to be this horizontal line, and you can see that those two profiles have wrapped around the part, 360 degrees and blind, and green tick. Okay. Okay, from here what we want to do, we want to remove a bit of this material here. So to do that, we're going to click on this face. We're going to say normal 2. We're going to go to sketch, circle, and we're going to sketch a circle out. We're going to smart dimension it up at 31.5 millimeters. And then from there, we're going to go into features, extruded cut, and we want to change direction 1 to offset from surface. So if we just click on that, I want you to put 5 millimeters in here. Okay, and the surface we're going to offset from is going to be this one here. Okay, so just left click on that surface. There we go. You've got to be in this box here. Okay, face 1. So we're offsetting from this surface here by 5 millimeters, and we're cutting away. So green tick. Okay, as you can see there, we've taken some of that part away. Okay, now what we want to do is create the part on top here that gives us the space to put our nylon material in here. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to go back into our original sketch here. We're going to go to features and extrude boss base. Now rather than going from the sketch plane, I'm going to choose to have an offset here of 3mm, and I'm going to go direction 1 for 1mm. Now I'll just show you what's happening here. That is our original sketch. That here is the offset. Okay, and then the 1mm that we've got in there, that is the 1mm. So that's kind of what's happening. That's the original sketch. That's the 3mm offset, and this here is the 1mm that we've done. However, I want to go the other way, and I want to reverse the direction. So can you see how that's been placed now, nice and neat on the top of here? There's my 3mm offset. There's my 1mm blind direction, and it's sat nicely on the top of that nut. So once you've done that, just press the green OK button, and let's have a little look at a section through this. So if you go to section, you can see what we've done. This was the part that we had here, and then we've placed this bit on top. So what you'll notice about this is obviously we've not got a hole in here to help us with the thread that we're going to get in eventually, and to place the nylon in. So rather than putting an extrude cut through there, I'm going to show you a top tip which is called a thin feature. So what I want to do here, is to show you, I'm just going to right click my boss extrude and just delete that. That sketch that we had here, remember we went to here and we went up to extrude boss base, and we chose offset, we chose 3mm, 1mm, and reverse direction. That's where we was up to, and that's what we produced. However, just notice this here, thin feature. If you click on that thin feature here, and we want this to be one direction, we want 3mm in here, but I want you to reverse the direction. This is going to save you a little bit of time rather than producing another circle and extrude cutting that. So just green tick there for me. Perfect. So let's put some fillets on now. So I'm going to go to fillet. I want to fillet by 1.5mm here. This is a constant size fillet. And green tick. And then one more fillet to put in, which is this edge here. So go to fillet. We're going to choose 0.5mm this time, and then we want this edge here. Left click, green tick. Control 7 on my keyboard will give me a nice isometric view of what I've produced. The next thing we're going to do is produce a helix in here to help us with the thread. So what I would like you to do is just click on this face here, go to reference geometry and plane. We're going to create a plane that's 3mm away from that edge, so just make sure you've got 3 in there, and green tick. We're going to go to this plane now, so plane 1, normal 2, and we're going to sketch a circle from the origin point and sketch out. And let's go to smart dimension and give this a value of, let's go 22.9mm. In fact, let's change that. Let's go 22.7mm. So from here we're going to go to features. We're going to say curves, helix and spiral, and we want in here height and pitch. Constant pitch 20mm for your height, 2mm for your pitch. Start angle is at 0 degrees and clockwise. Okay, make sure it's going in this direction. Sometimes you need to reverse the direction on here to get it to go inside the nut. Okay, so once you've ticked reverse direction, if you need to, then just green tick. Okay. From here, we're going to go to a front plane and sketch and normal 2. And let's just go and get a line. We're just going to draw a cutting profile for our thread. So just get a line, just draw a triangle like so. Go and grab a center line, draw a center line down here. Go and grab a line, draw a line across here. Just make this line, just left click on it and make it for construction. And then let's give these some smart dimensions. So I want an angle here of 60 degrees. I want the height of this to be 2. And I want the length of this line to be 1. Okay, from here I want you to go and grab a point. Just drop a point on there like so. And green tick. And then I want you to select that point. Select this line and pierce like so. And green tick. Exit the sketch. In fact, let's round this off a little bit. So just edit the sketch. Okay, let's put a fillet on this. So fillet, let's go 0.1. Just put a 0.1 fillet on there, like so. Perfect. And exit the sketch. Then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to sweep cut. We're going to pick our profile. We're going to pick our path. Okay, we want bi-directional in there. That was my fault. I should have sketched that in the top plane. It would have been a lot easier. However, we've done it in this one. It's not a problem. Just go bi-directional or direction 2. You could go as long as it's cutting through the whole of the material. That's fine. From there, just green tick. Okay, and you can see we've created our thread there. You can go ahead and hide plane 1 now. Okay, we don't need that. Okay, you can turn this helix off if you don't like the look of that on your page. Sometimes it's a little bit off-putting. So we can go into the helix and we can just say hide. Okay, like so. Now from here what we can do, we can go and grab an appearance. So we can go up to metal. Let's get a chrome plate. Just drop that on to the body. And then we're just going to go and save this. So we're going to go up to File, Save As, and we're going to save it as lock nut. Okay, I'm just going to replace that. Okay, so we'll call it lock nut M24 02. Save that. Okay, we're going to go up to File now. Let's create the nylon part. So File, New, and Part. Okay, so we're going to go into a front plane and normal 2. Sketch 2 circles from the origin, 1 at 29, 1 at 21. So the outer one, 29, and the inner one, let's go 21. And then we're going to go to features, extrude boss base, and extrude this by 5mm. Okay, like so. Now I want you to go up to fillet and chamfer. Let's chamfer this with a 0.5 at 45, and if we just click on this face here, it'll do both sides with a chamfer and green tick. Let's go and choose a material for this. So let's go into plastics, medium gloss plastic. I'm just going to grab this blue medium gloss plastic. Just drag that on and apply to the body. Then go ahead and save this. So save as. Save it, and then I want you to go up to File, New, and this time Assembly. Okay, you can see some of the ones that I've already got open. Let's just delete these ones. In fact, let's just clear the selection. Clear the selection, okay, and I'll go to Browse. So Browse. And I'm going to pick up this one, and I'm going to pick up this one, and open. Okay, so you can see those in there. I'm going to drop this one in, like so. I'm going to drop this one in, like so. Okay. So the next step is to assemble these. So I want this face here. Okay. And this face here, assemble mate, green tick, and then I want this edge here mated with this edge here, okay, and mate, and green tick. From here, if you wanted to, you could go into the appearances. You could place in a particular scene. Okay, I've got a 3-point faded at the moment, but you could go in here. You could go into scenes. You could get a basic scene. Okay, let's go for this grey with overhead lights. Let's just drop that on. And then we'll go into SolidWorks add-ins. If it's not there, remember you just right click and just make sure it's here. Make sure render tools is there as well. Just right click and make sure it's ticked. And then we'll go to, in fact, let's add a camera for this one. Okay, we're going to go into edit scene, and okay, you've got loads of different options that you can choose in here. I'm just going to press the cross here. With this selected, all right, the Dim Expert Manager, you've got appearances, decals, and scenes. Now, I've got camera here. I'm going to just click on this, right click, and say Add Camera. And over here on the left hand side is what my camera, where my camera is in space, and it shows me a little preview of what it's looking at. And then on the right hand side is actually what the camera is seeing. So a good one here is we can target by selection, so we can actually click on this face here, and it will the camera will target this as a focal point. We can turn off perspective, turn on perspective view. We can change the camera type, maybe to a 24 for further away shots, or something that's maybe a 135 for something a little bit more focused and close up. And we can change the degree. We can change the this is the distance, okay, distance to the view rectangle. Here's the viewing rectangle here. If I, okay, it makes the viewing rectangle further away. and it makes the viewing rectangle closer. This is the height of the viewing rectangle, so if I click on this, okay, it just gives a bigger rectangle, okay, like so. Lots of things to look at here. Depth of field you can do for a bit of in focus, out of focus. Once you've got it all set, you can move these arrows as well with the camera. Okay, give it a bit more height maybe, and zoom in maybe a little bit. All right, and green tick. And then we'll just go to final render. I'm just going to pause the video there while this renders out, and I'll come back to you. And there is the final render of the M24 Nyloc nut. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Stuart from Solidworks Station. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have enjoyed the content, then you can always give me a big thumbs up. Thank you very much everyone, and see you soon for another tutorial from Solidworks Station. Goodbye.